Today I messed up. I sent Adios Chihuahua card for my BF who just lost his grandfather. Onto the story, my BF had a grandfather who was after multiple strokes and he got very ill one day, so BF's family transported him to the hospital. After some time he contracted pneumonia while in hospital, barely alive, so I tried my best in comforting my BF. BF told me that there is no need to comfort him, because he knows that his grandfather doesn't have much time left, but I still try to be a support if he needs to. I don't know how much time has passed, but BF's grandfather had succumbed to the illness. My BF told me about it. I asked him whether I can help him in any way, whether he needs comforting. He told me that he can deal with it. Last time he was truly sad and crying was when his pet rabbit died. So my stupid ass, who can't comprehend my own emotions, let alone somebody else, told him that something stupid got into my head. He told me to go ahead, ask/send. So I did. BF just replied with, "Then we will talk tomorrow. Good night." Somehow I made him not dump me. I DK how, but hey, we are together now for over 4 years. Today I messed up by eating beans for 72 hours straight. My family was out of town for a week, so I made a large crockpot of beans with ham chunks, something my mom cooked when I was a child. I kept them simmering for 3 days and ate nothing else. I played video games and ate beans, for 72 hours. Life was great. Those beans tasted fucking amazing. The night of day 3, my body felt like it was being taken over by the Antichrist himself. I got the sweats. I spent so much time on the toilet I felt like I owed it rent. My ass hurt and swelled up so bad I was sitting on ice cubes trying to find relief. Things and smells were exuding from my backside I didn't know existed, nor would I wish on my worst enemy. After trying every medication I could find and experimenting with every homeopathic solution Google suggested, I finally went to the emergency room. The doctor in the ER that night looked to be about 28 and was model attractive. After explaining my predicament, I was soon ass up, face down on an exam table so she and the nurse could get a look. As she spoking the swollen mass that had grown out my asshole and commenting how she had never seen anything like it, I felt a rumble I had experienced many times those past 24 hours, and before I could react, I projectile vomited liquid shit from my butthole that splattered all over the table and the doctor, twice. I was mortified. After getting cleaned up by a male orderly, I was admitted and given meds, which helped tremendously with the physical pain, but the emotional damage was already done. I had another half dozen or so doctors and nurses look at my naked backside for the next 36 hours before I was released. My out-of-pocket expense for that visit was over $3,000, making that the most expensive crockpot of beans to ever exist. I'll be paying emotionally for the rest of my life. Today I messed up by using inappropriate language at my brother and not knowing what it actually meant. This was about 3 years ago, when I, now 14F, told my brother, now 12M, that I was gonna blow him. Now, I was 11, he was 9, so obviously, neither of us knew what that meant. I can't even remember how I heard it, but I just remember going to a carnival with my family and they let my brother and I go to one ride. On the way there he tripped me and I yelled, "Dude, I swear to God I will blow you." I thought it meant that you were gonna punch them, like blow their brains out, but not pew pew. I found out just a few months later what it actually meant and I was absolutely mortified. I think about it every day and want to go back to that night and not say that. I remember there were a lot of grown-ups around us too, and I was thinking to myself, I wonder why I'm getting weird looks. Probably because I'm running after my brother threatening to punch him. Now I realize it's because I was threatening to do stuff with my brother. I think about it every day. I haven't told anyone and I need to somehow get it off my chest. I cringe at myself just thinking about it. By the way, the actual act of blowing someone is not something I want to do. I'm 14 and a lesbian. Today I messed up by smoking before flight. So, I was just on my way to enjoy my holiday. I rolled myself around a G or maybe 1,5 so I have a biggie I can save for later. So yeah, I probably wasn't aware of the density my spliff spud had. The moment I realized I have to face security check I was already looking for the toilet because I pissed myself out of terror. Surprisingly I got on well as long as I could just walk. Then at the queue I was praying to God. He still haven't showed up. Anyway, I managed to ninja my way through security. Nobody checked me nor I had anything to hide anyway other than being stoned AF. Eventually I bought 10 packs of cigarettes, God knows why. 8. Got some nicotine you can stick up behind your lips. A coffee. Now 2 things do enhance high and they are caffeine and nicotine. I've found out the hard way. I don't know why the grumpy airlines lady let me alone past the bag check, but thank you forever. I treasure you in my heart despite you being a total bitch. The moment my flight took off I enjoyed, until the airplane dropped a little. I almost passed out of fear. I could barely look out the window. When I had, God, I almost passed out again. Then the clouds came and I was having the worst panic attack in my life. I've died 3 times and almost passed out a few times. I was close to lose my mind. I eventually made it to Dam. I could barely get out of the train station because I was trying to use a train ticket from Dublin. I don't even know how I even had that in my wallet. Some guy even let me through. I've managed to dodge every security, but man, I was so scared I could tear off the seat front of me. So yeah, I guess trying flying high wasn't a good idea. Today I messed up by sending my boyfriend to urgent care. My boyfriend, M18, and I, FTM18, have had a strong relationship and a good, active sex life. I adore him. He's been very keen on going down on me. It is hard to get comfortable enough to let him go for it, but he loves whenever I let him. We had some free time this morning just lounging around when we got into it. It was one of the first times I have ever felt as relaxed and confident about it as I did. This combined with his enthusiasm led to one of the best times I have ever had. I have always had an issue of squeezing my legs together when I finish, which usually I can control to the point of not putting him in a headlock. Today all discretion went out the window. My boyfriend's face became slammed between my legs, accompanied by a popping/cracking sound. Once he was free from between my thighs, he sat up rubbing his jaw. This is where the pain began and only grew worse since to a searing level across the left edge of his face. The only way he is able to talk is by holding his jaw at a certain angle now. He is currently on the way to an urgent care to get it checked out. He has been in good spirits since the initial hit. I have been apologizing profusely and am currently thinking of ways to make it up to him.